I'm Christopher Heimerman, and welcome in. At this time tomorrow, I will be approaching 2.5 hours in my virtual marathon, and as long as everything's going right, I'll be getting close to 18 miles. Now, this is significant because tomorrow will be the 1 year anniversary of my release from treatment for alcohol addiction. In fact, as I'm getting to this point, this time of day, it'll be basically like 1 year to the hour of when I was released from treatment. And I got to go downstairs and be picked up by my wife. I went straight to an AA meeting, and it was pretty wild how ready I felt to continue to do the work. So I would never have chosen to go to treatment, just for kicks. But I learned a lot of tools. I met a lot of people, and that's kind of what I've been doing so far this morning. Is I've been making the rounds, catching up with folks who I was in treatment with. I've been able to connect with a few people. I've got a bunch of voicemails out there, and I hope to hear back from them. It was hard leaving treatment. I was excited to get back to regular life and to run the marathon and all that jazz. But those relationships that you form when you're in the trenches, there's nothing quite like them. And what's wild is how you meet people from all walks of life in treatment. And it really goes to show that addiction does not discriminate. I was chatting with a colleague of mine yesterday he's a firefighter. And we were talking about, one of my concerns and everything that's going on is I worry about people who are already in a tough home situation before the coronavirus hit. And, he said, well, the good news is people who you're worrying about domestic issues and stuff, most likely those sort of families aren't really, honoring social distancing anyway. But I didn't want to get too deep into it, but I thought about there's a lot of people out there who are in bad situations who the world on the outside would think that it's this model family, this perfect family that, of course, nothing is going on there. That there's no abuse, physical, emotional, psychological. So those are the situations that I really worry about right now as we're all kind of pinned into our house and we don't have anywhere to run. So that kind of reminds me of in treatment. You meet this variety of people. You meet a lot of people who you've got older folks in the twilight of their lives who are in treatment for the first time. I found that interesting. You meet teenagers who it's their second, third, fourth time through treatment for whatever various reasons. Their family made them go back to treatment. The court made them go back to treatment. And you get angry that they're there again. You get angry, if you're not careful, you get angry at them, but really you get angry at society that we have this pervasive culture of addiction that you can never really get away from. And then you meet people like me, the editor of a local newspaper, beautiful, intelligent wife, two gorgeous children, he's got it all going on, everything's great, right? And then you don't realize that under the surface, that his life is absolutely engulfed in flames. So it was really interesting being in treatment and realizing that there is a safe community for people who look great on the outside, but they're absolutely going through hell on the inside. So I miss those guys. I miss those guys who lovingly accepted me, who made fun of me because, I talk like David Foster Wallace does because I use big 50-cent words. It was great to have that community, and I really miss those guys, and I hope to hear back from a lot of them today because they meant a lot to me, and they still do. And it's great to hear when they're doing well, but even more so, it's troubling when I don't hear back from them. So please, I can't urge you enough, if you know somebody who's dealing with addiction, please check in on them, give them a call, and don't lead with, hey, have you drank today? Have you drank today? Don't do that. Give them a call and just talk to them. See how they're doing. And I think you might be surprised as to how much they'll open up to you if they're struggling. So, over the past couple of days, I've shared a lot of good news. I've talked to you about how when you quit drinking, when your highs and lows were getting lower, how they come back. And if you do it right and you build in good habits, your new baseline of happiness can be even better than it was before. I've shared a lot of good news about the fact that if you treat the root of the problem of alcoholism, so often being mental illness like I struggle with, you can tackle the root and it fixes a lot of that other stuff. So basically what I've found is that rather than doubling down on the guilt that I feel, I treat the root rather than tallying up all the things that are wrong with me. I try to find that root. I take my medication. I see my therapist. I work out. I eat well. And that addresses a lot of the underlying issue that all the other stuff, the work, the job, the things that, on the surface were bothering me. Those were the accelerants. When I treat the problem, the source of the fire, and sort of cut off the head of the snake, I'm using like 15 different analogies here, then I'm able to thrive in sobriety. Which, again, I'll come back to it, man. Thriving in sobriety is awesome. If you can get over that hump and get to a place where you feel so good about right now that you focus on how good things are right now, rather than reflecting on what was bad then, it's a powerful thing, man. So I hope I can help you get there. Let me know if I can, if you're struggling. If you need to figure out how to get your loved one there, please do not hesitate to reach out. That would mean a lot to me. That is why I'm doing this. Yes, this helps me. It gives me accountability. It is fulfilling. But every time I get a message from somebody who needs help or is appreciative of the help, man, that makes my day. That's everything to me. So tomorrow morning, let's go over the itinerary. I'm going to check in with everybody around 7 a.m. before the gun goes off for the marathon. Do a quick little video then, do a little virtual fist bump so you guys can get me going, get me into the right headspace. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll debrief. I'll let you know how it went. Get the ice packs, the heating pad and everything. And maybe I'll do this video from a seated position rather than standing. So I hope you guys all have an awesome weekend. Please, as always, interact. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out the blog post. I always share the blog post about an hour after this video. After I cut up this video and write the blog post, I share excerpts from the upcoming memoir, 40,000 Steps. And I can't wait to take 40,000 steps tomorrow, man. I'm geeked. Mentally, I'm there. I'm completely prepared to run this thing. If my hamstring gets on board with it, that'd be great. So any prayers, good juju you can send my way will be appreciated. All right, guys. Love you very much. As always, the world is not coming apart. We're all coming together. Can't do this without you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Have an awesome day.